Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. For the first video on this channel, I will be doing a first episode on Terraria, accompanied by a mod where the mob rate is multiplied by 30. Let's first create our character, which I will name him by my middle name, which is in fact very handsome. This part will take a while. Just let me choose the best set for this character. Pretty pointless in my opinion because I will soon get armor in the game, covering my sexy body. By the way, I have a friend in the call who wants to watch my every move and help me throughout the game.
Do not refer to me as a friend. Refer me as to your master, as I will be carrying you throughout the session without touching the game at all.
Preferably, I would refer to my sweet wife as my master than a scammer.
Oh, you just like pushing buttons, don't you? I'm not going to get heated over an unoriginal insult manufactured by that bald bitch.
Yeah, right. Okay, this is taking too long. I definitely have to speed up
Might
this
as well
part.
just create the character now. He looks fucking autistic from my high standard eyes. You have to admit that.
Well, it's better than using the default skin. Okay, this is good. Time to make the world. So medium, yes, that's good. What difficulty, normal or expert?
The fuck you think? Expert it is. Normal is for weaklings.
Yeah, that was obvious. Okay, what is the evil going to be? Because I sure as hell don't want to do the crimson.
Just do corruption then.
Of course I thought so. Now I want the world name to be good. Now what's displayed here has to take the exit card. Rakhnov's world. Sounds ambiguous, secretive, and all outstanding. I like this world name. Time to wait for the world to be created. As this goes on, I ought to ask a question for you, Barsewa. Have you ever played this mod, and if you have, did you beat it?
Certainly, I have played this mod. Although I couldn't beat the moon boss. Before you call me out on skill issue, in my defense, what kind of game design is to make you run away and pray to dodge the projectiles? Anyways, continue and start the game.
All right, now it begins. First things first, chop the trees.
As you chop the trees, you will begin to realize on how fucked the spawns are. Immediately start building walls on both sides. It's like a war on two fronts.
Shit, you aren't lying. Why the hell has it started just now? I thought it would have been a 30-second cooldown.
Do you really think they would be that generous? By the way, what's the robot NPC doing here? I suppose you installed magic storage?
Well, what the fuck else would I do? I need to keep track of the items I have looted and placed in a chest. Practically everyone uses magic storage when they start a mod playthrough.
Fair enough.
Okay, I'm going to build a wall over here. This may or may not be the best radius to reside in. Damn, this purple slime got on into the unfinished base already. I will treat him like how black people... Wait, I can't say that or else this video will get taken down.
Would you look at that? The first time where Sapphire has been fully aware of what he's doing. Unlike the narcissistic prick he was back then, I like this new Sapphire.
You're acting as if I left the room. I was never narcissistic or in bad terms as what you proclaim to be.
Yeah, just keep chopping the trees, buddy. There's more to go in this hell of a mod.
I'm going to be honest, I have made a mistake. I should have put the wall a little bit further to the right when the slimes were still spawning. Maybe, I do not have any clues to solve this. I also need to fix the volume of this game. While I do not condemn the action of lowering the greatest soundtracks in gaming history, my ears are not doing so great today.
What are you going to propose after this task?
I shall make the ground floor for this base. It's not the best idea right now, but making the house is the first important step in this game.
So instead of scanning for the outer region of the base, mining down for potential minerals, you decided the best thing to do is this shit.
Look, I can sense your half, but my OCD has gradually been pounding me in the ass. I need this house built, then I will start scanning the area. In fact, making the ground floor of this base shouldn't take too long. So please do not throw your tiny attention span at me.
If I had a tiny attention span, I would have booked the fuck out of this call. Regular degenerate teenagers nowadays would be mindlessly scrolling down through YouTube shorts. Then after a while, they would have looked up at their clocks and pissed their pants for the amount of time they wasted. So spare me with the bullshit you've just accused me of.
Ha ha ha, kept your gears going. I just love seeing you rant. It's classic and relatable.
So, you got a kink with people ranting? What the fuck?
That's not exactly the case. Oh wait, I should craft this wooden bench. Not sure why I haven't done this yet. torches need to be crafted as well. Note to myself, I'm certain that a wooden bench is unnecessary for crafting torches, though I'm not trying to say that the wooden bench is useless. Doors will be handy if I need to scan the area for potential resources whenever I leave the base. Well, we got our first intruder in the base. Unfortunately for him, his fate will be sealed by me and my bravely NPCs. Now time for the other side. My mind is pleading for these to not breach in. I may have to fend off just now. Oh no, I have found myself in a sticky and slimy... Fuck man, there goes my first death. I was not expecting for all of them to brutally jump on me.
Well, isn't that embarrassing? With this mod in the role of your playthrough, there will be a compilation of trial and error. So don't expect to fluke all the way to a dart trap.
I indefinitely suppose that you're right, although I am grateful for what my NPCs had done to defend the base. I call it avenge for my sad death.
In official terms, I would call that a fix to your problems that you've created for them. By the way, I was about to mention the fact that these surface doors are pointless. I suggest you to scan the area from the top or bottom.
Fine. I will be making platforms so I can place them above the dangerous hordes of slimes. It's practically impossible to chop the culprit of the trees.
If you are really looking forward to chopping down the trees, which is a first priority step to this playthrough, mine your way in the bottom and chop the trees underneath the surface. It is possible. Trust me.
Absolutely not. While I could try that, it takes a lot longer as you would need to dig through a hall that takes a tedious amount of time. I'm not built for that stage
Funnily
yet.
enough, you've contradicted yourself with a previous statement that was a remark made against me. Look who has the fucking tiny attention span now, bitch.
Okay, smartass. You didn't have to travel back in time to find old news. By the way, how the fuck did these slimes spawn in my base? That's strange if you ask me. Oh great, the guide is being a fucking dumbass by letting all the slimes in. I should just send him down to hell without having the wall of flesh spawn. Now that the slimes were instantly killed, I will quickly move my way to close that door. I may or may not have to remove the door entirely and place it with blocks. However, wood is a need which I do not have. Wait, now they are spawning on the platforms that connect to my base? Seriously, all of this doesn't make any sense. Care to explain why, Barsewa?
For that reason, you need to build background walls. These cause the mobs to not spawn in the region of background walls. First, I would recommend you building background walls in your unfinished home, as that's the designated safe spot in your base.
Right. I assume you are particularly speaking about wooden walls and not the wall I have made to...
That's humiliating. Anyways, go on, finish your sentence.
Sure, buddy. Oh, right. For that matter, this will be quite of a challenge. The base has quite of a radius for me to completely fill it with wooden walls. As of now, wood is difficult to obtain. My next best solution is to start digging down for stone so that I can convert them into stone walls.
Reasonable explanation and planning.
Yay, thanks.
However, some problems are that mobs will be spawning in your base if they are outside of your screen, considering that you haven't built the walls yet. Additionally, I'd recommend building a roof so that demon eyes won't be able to fall down into your base.
Good idea. I will be doing that right now at this instance. What worries me is that the amount of wood I have to fully seal down the roof. I may have to convert my platforms to wood. On the other hand, I could just use dirt blocks to do this. But we need a nice looking house for this playthrough. 19 wood, yeah, I'm certain this isn't enough to seal the roof. On the dark side that I walk in, I must put dirt blocks to somewhat complete the construction for the layout of this house. Isn't that just brilliant? I noticed nighttime is approaching. That's not good. I need the wood ASAP. My OCD cannot handle the disgusting nature of dirt blocks being used as a side hustle for the roof. Having a woman would be nice, as I love all women in all sorts of kinds.
Would you consider them as a prize?
In my mind, women have always kind of been like a prize.
I should make a campfire to make my fellow guests comfortable in this cold base. Warmth is another suggestion to this matter. Then, I will start the boring journey of mining down for stone and potentially sexy ores. Perhaps I should install a tiki torch on the porch of the base, making mobs know that they are unwelcome to my base.
Dude, What the fuck is this logic? You're just rambling out of your ass and making terms that don't fucking correlate to the game's mechanics. Stop trying to act like you know everything, because in reality, you don't.
I'm just trying to make the earlier stages of this game entertaining. Why, would you rather have me stay silent with no commentary in this episode?
Indeed. I would rather have to not listen to your raspy-ass voice. Without you, it would be a meditation session.
Why are you here in the first place? You had the objective to help me. What is clearly the intention of your foolish statement?
Help you? Bitch, I came here to fucking laugh at your sorry ass. I just want to see you fail. It's fucking funny to see you die. I can't wait for another death to happen again.
Wow, really? Then fuck you. Now I'm locking the fuck in so I don't have to hear your stupid mental laughter. Gracious. You indefinitely just had to stop by with your rage-baiting antics. What's really on my nerves is the stupid map border blocking the right corner of my screen. It's fucking pointless to look at. I can't get rid of it. I guess a 50% border should do. That's much better. Back to mining. Finally, I've stopped by after a minute's worth of time of digging straight down. Time to mine these stone blocks. I will eventually create a furnace, but that's not the ideal plan yet. I first need to make stone walls, so that my guests don't get cocked by enemies who've randomly spawned in the base. I don't know how many stone blocks I need, but it's for sure 100 plus. The base is enormous from scratch, and with stone walls being uncalculatable and just unpredictable with the amount you need. I will just create stone walls from the amount of blocks I have. If that's not enough, I will come back down to excavate more stone blocks. Like the mob spawning inside of the base is just fucked. As I was speaking, I and my guests had to fend off the horde of enemies. All right, I'm going back down. Wait, fuck! Oh my god!
What a fucking idiot! I just knew you would forget about adding platforms. Dumbass.
Of course, my stupidity has leached onto Barsiwa's value of entertainment. Damn it, practically, I was still dead in the first place because there was an immaculate horde of enemies. Like, holy, this mod is just too hard.
Oh, are you ready to give up right now? Well, too fucking bad. You have to survive the first night and determine your fate afterwards. If you lose your temptation, you have to admit that you're nothing but a fucking quitter.
Bitch, I'm not fucking quitting this game. Surviving the first day would be your hardest. In fact, from now on, there won't be any other deaths caused by oneself, including bullshit occurrences that could lead up to my death. None of that is happening.
The drunk man is confident with his predetermined fate. Will he stick up to his words? Or will he just end up with a lousy shot, falling down with embarrassment alongside him?
You just want that fantasy to come to reality, don't you? Keep coping, buddy, because you can dip your head as this night will be a closed book.
It's thrilling to see you confident. Everything you say is a big fat lie. You can't just suddenly play flawlessly. While I admit that I said there is trial and error involved with this game, you will die no matter what.
I disagree, Barsiwa. I fundamentally disagree with your statement.
All right, then. You can open the door now for those friendly mobs. They are not hostile. They just want to throw a party.
Do you really believe that I am that gullible to fall for your profound tricks? Absolutely not. That was a bad try.
I'd figured. Hey, have you watched my video?
Ah, yes. Your short video that wasn't filled to the brim of cringy Creek craft. What about it?
I was wondering your thoughts on about it.
I suppose it was a decently made video. Coming from a graphic designer, the editing was top-notch. It fits well with the rest of video essays out there on YouTube. Although, it's much less stimulating than what content creators nowadays edit.
Dang. I wasn't expecting praise from you. I made an educated guess that you were going to spew some bullshit and tell me to never touch the editor again. I am pleased with your feedback, Sapphire. Are there any problems in the video that appeal to you?
One's for certain is the length of the video. It might as well be a short. You have to find a way to extend the video. 1 minute seriously. Why was there some technical difficulties that caused you to rush it?
That is absolutely a reasonable critic that I can take. For that reason, I made it short because I genuinely didn't know how I could make a long video with a topic like this. I'm honestly curious to how content creators extend a small topic into a 5-minute video. Do they just talk out of their asses for a brief time?
I can see that. In their defense, however, they may have found other contributing factors to the related topic and discuss about it. That's something you didn't do. Find other ways to connect the topic that you want to talk about.
Damn, you might be right. I can't believe I'm taking advice from the man we used to call him incapable and drunk. You stepped up the game, and now look where you are. Of course, the other case is that we just have fun talking trash to each other, but I am impressed by your adept verbal and social skills, Sapphire, genuinely.
I do not experience the emotion of flush, but thank you for that unwarranted
All right.
praise.
You don't have to make it weird.
Wait, oh my goodness, I just saw how far the moon is from setting to the other side. This will be a long night if that's for sure. I just found stone here. That's great because I don't have to force myself in that muddy putty cave. Additionally, it's right next to my base.
I forgot to mention, you may need a hammer for this mod playthrough.
Why is that the case?
It's important to trap enemies and to easily kill them from a close distance. With the hammer, you can create a basic setup and have a one-block gap hole, while the block above can be hammered into a slope.
That sounds awfully complicated.
Trust me, it's simple and basic. Complications won't be in a nudge of your playthrough with this strategy.
All right, let me just excavate the stone blocks. I will cut to where I place stone walls. I doubt 200 stone walls would be enough to cover the background of this base. What I have just realized is how the entire base will look like. I have plans to make it factory-based. Forget it. I suck at building in this game. However, I may need to cover the field with glass walls so that hostile mobs cannot span in the region of my future base. Hold up. When you had to fight bosses, would it spawn other hostile mobs? One's for certain is that I've never experienced the spawn of other hostile mobs in a boss fight. Is that a fundamental factor to this mod? Do you really have to create an arena with background walls to prevent enemies from interrupting your boss battle? I'm talking to you, Barsiwa.
Oh, what? I wasn't concentrating with your speech.
Oh my fucking, just forget it. It's unnecessary to just repeat my phrase again just so that you fall back to your sleep as I finish.
Well, whoop-da-fucking-do. It's your decision to make. Whatever that's on your mind, just believe it for the best, because your gut might be telling the truth.
Shit, only 4 iron ore? I was hoping for more in the surface of the world. Whatever. It's nothing to me. I can just explore the caves and find them easily. Wait a fucking second. Now don't hang up on me with this one Barsiwa. Was it hard to explore caves because the excessive amount of mobs that had spawned?
Yes, it was pretty hard. You can barely explore the caves. You must resort to making tunnels just like Minecraft. It's pretty tedious, I know, but this is a modded playthrough of Mob 30x multiplier. It's unforgiving to say the least.
Well, isn't that so great? Exploring the world would be a challenge. The surface, the caves, the jungle, you name it. It all resorts to making background walls to create a safe zone in your exploration. This hypothesis ends up being reality when it comes to that stage. Aside from those mind-boggling thoughts, I have constructed the background walls at last for this house.
You've built the safe zone for your base, excluding the doors that could be opened by your guests, which can trigger danger instantly. What is your next move?
My next move is a theory that I have in mind, which I will be busting this myth if it could be true or not. My theory is to make a one-block gap underneath these zombies. Then I will use my short sword to stab them in the bottom. I am in need of coins, as they represent value in this game for guest purposes. This one zombie fell into my hole, or should I say they're doomed. I do worry that my short sword won't reach the hitbox of the zombies. If so, I will resort to the wooden bow. So unfortunately, I've tried using the short sword and my plan failed. However, I do have a backup, which is what I previously said. The wooden bow should handle the damage as the arrows can pierce through a one-block gap. Here we go. The damage is inflicting the zombies. However, I thought they would go through all the zombies. Now, when I think about it, the wooden bow will take too long just to kill even one zombie.
You could resort to jester arrows. See those stars there? Pick them up and quickly retreat to the safe zone of your base.
I will try, however. I assume that the demon eyes will quickly get to that destination before I do, rendering this solution pointless.
Just do it, nigga. Stop complaining like a fucking coward and get your ass over there right fucking now.
Okay, fine. You don't have to release your tantrum onto me. Chill the fuck out, homeboy. Dude, you made me panic, and now look at that. They are camping the fallen stars. Thanks a lot, Barsiwa.
It's my pleasure. You're welcome.
Oh crap. One has breached into my base. Luckily, he doesn't stand a chance to me and my guests. I do have to leave the fallen stars on pending, as they are extremely hard to grab. I have a plan to devise which will leave you speechless.
What's the plan that you so call will leave my jaws open?
Just watch and learn.
Oh, I see. That's actually clever. Holy shit, that's fucking impeccable.
Haha, I heard you were sarcastic at first. Then I proceeded to change the philosophy by doing this incredible strategy. Have you done this before?
No, I haven't. I will say I am impressed by this. I indefinitely was sarcastic because I thought they would crush you. But nope, that wasn't the case at all. Genuinely impressive, Sapphire. Genuinely impressive.
With that clever move out of the way, I will seal this off. The next thing I need to do is to fix the hole I created. I don't have ropes, so I will be placing platforms to work it as a ladder, something I'm not fond of. It appears to be a rainy day, as I notice there are umbrella slimes out the post. The rainy day is like the line of best fit. It happens all the time, no matter what. Clear days in Terraria feel rare compared to the common weather of rainy days. It's depressing. That's weird. An umbrella slime has spawned in the first layer of my tunnel. I thought background walls would prevent them from spawning in. Did I really just fell for a lie?
Not all background walls can fall in the same category, Sapphire. Dirt walls are natural to the environment. Only human-placed walls count as actual background walls.
Isn't that unfortunate? I have to replace these dirt walls with stone walls. That's a completely waste of time. A thought for this solution is to place wooden doors. But on the contrary belief, wood is valuable in this world, just like how trees are more valuable than diamonds in the universe. You see this? It will be a flesh trap that discriminates all zombies. My plan is to have a door set up to collect the loot as the meat grind is finished. Then, I will have this bottom tunnel to traverse my way back and forth through the eastern and western sides of the setup. In the right, where the zombies will get distracted by me. However, with your plan of the hammer technique, they will be stabbed to death.
I'm curious to see how your plan folds out. I do have objections. However, we will have to see the first trial of results.
There is nothing to worry about, Barsoa. This will all go according to plan without fails. These slimes have caught my keen eye, so I will build this platform and stab them from the bottom as they can't fall through platforms. I do notice that they are hard to stab as they keep jumping around like the Obama family littered with monkeys.
That was an unnecessary quote to add, but hey, seeing that you love to use racial discrimination against the Africans, color me surprised.
Don't worry about racism. TWJ offers a safe and inclusive space for all races and all kinds. With the N-word pass gifted by the Black Congress of Nigeria, we are absolutely safe from the toxic sewers of cancel culture.
Safe and inclusive space? Who told you that? Was it the pacifist who did? Because in reality, we are not polite. We love to throw our tantrums at each other, using the most offensive language ever known to mankind. So please, don't lie to the liberals and be honest to whom you speak to.
Right. If you were a soft loser looking to apply a job, TWJ headquarters isn't your cup of tea, so mark that off your checklist.
Absolutely. I wouldn't want to see a blue-haired bitch in my office space. I want to see the mastermind criminals who've been abandoned and mistreated by society for delirious reasons. For an example, Santino Topaz.
I don't fully understand the Topaz lore, but we got carried away by this topic and I'm fucked right now. Okay, please don't die. Good. I didn't had to use the last potion that I have. Wait, never fucking mind. I spoke too soon. Holy, this isn't looking good. My guests just had to be fucking retards, like what the fuck?
This is why you shouldn't use doors. Do you realize how much trouble these fuckers can cause? It's outrageous, and I demand you to remove the doors after you get rid of the horde.
I'm on to that soon. I'm trying to devise a plan to get rid of these disgusting slimes. I don't think this is going to work, but in my head I was thinking of trapping the slimes by quickly placing the blocks on both sides. Then they are all mine to stab, although I have no clue when I should do this. Besides, the slimes get in the way of my grid and maybe I can't be able to reach the placement radius. Okay, there was that. Only 3 slimes I killed out of the 26 that's above me. Hold on a second. I could close the door as they are above the roof with the platform intact. Additionally, my robot guest is out of the house, so we are all good to go. So guys, right here, I will trap these zombies by placing 2 blocks on top of them. I'm not quite sure on how the hand zombies managed to get underneath. It wasn't a part of my plan, but this could potentially be beneficial than what I would have thought. Alright, it's time to slit these fuckers to death. I'd be pleased to obtain a banner from them because I could kill them faster and take less damage from them. For the bottom zombies, I will wait until the sun approaches so that the zombies won't attack me with their incredible arms. Imagine the amount of money I will gain from this. Now that's a serial killer motive. Oh hooray, we've got a zombie banner. Time to collect the immense loot that they've dropped. I feel proud of myself. Oh dang, you made a big mistake by falling into this pit. It's time to die now, girl. I may remove the 2 blocks above me to trap even more zombies and fully utilize the situation that I am in. With this, I can get the merchant in once I have built a new NPC home. Here we go. Fall into my pit, you idiots. Haha. This is power seeking at best. It's like a concentration camp for these freak bags. I know it may sound like an anti-Semitic thing to say. However, it fits best in description when we contrast them. Alright, the sun has arrived. These zombies don't know what they are dealing with. The meat grind shall kick off right now. I do take the notice that I should have also created a trap for the other side. I will do that for the second episode in that case. Also, wait, I'm obtaining so many torches. I'm flabbergasted with that. I don't have to waste a bunch of wood and gel for that shit. Last thing to add is that I'm fortunate enough to not have these bastards whack at me with their meter-long arms. I was worried about that. However, I don't have to know more. Unless if it's the night time, then it's a different story. Hold on. Boom. That is it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. We played Terraria with a twist, and that was the mob spawn being increased by 30 times. I would also like to thank for Barsiwa by joining in this session with me. Otherwise, I would have fallen asleep. Not saying that I hate this mob. I indeed find it fantastic to play as it renders strategies and brainstorming for the player. Like and subscribe.